It looks like those two jump on his wheel to try to get some respite. There is still a very small gap. That hill, oh. Oh, here comes one rider on the attack on the outside. Oh, that's a nasty attack.
Well, there's the Cameron Hoffman.
Oh, holy moly. My goodness, that was literally 5 bike lengths after 2 pedal strokes, but it looks like a couple riders are keen to it.
Is that Ama Insect on his wheel? Yes, it is. Second wheel.
Oh, he almost got shook off. Oh, they're playing a dirty game of Sidewinder. Oh, almost carved that too soon. That was on the rail. Is Insect too close to? Oh, now watch them. They're out. They're fanning barrier to barrier. They've got a gap. 5 riders have got a gap as they head down towards the finish line. One rider's not come off the front yet. It is going to be awfully close to pick up the win. Too soon. A couple of riders have gone too soon. Insect. Insect. All right, 2 things that Ama Insect did. He contributed enough to the chase to invigorate the chase. And then he just played smart.
100%. 100%. Put your hands together. Great effort, though, for Ryder Jordan and Jack Chipra.
He just worked just enough to bring back, to stimulate the chase. And he positioned himself supremely. That was a clinic.
That was a clinic. Another great race for Ama Insect, adding another top step on the podium to his result from yesterday. Congratulations to this Legion of Los Angeles riders.
Attention, gentlemen, we are staging about 50 meters from the start line on your right. Check.
Go to bestbuddies.org and see how you can get involved, because everybody needs a best buddy. Oh, whoa. Since when am I streaming? I guess I'm live. Whoops. What's up, y'all? Did not realize I was live here. My bad, but also welcome, I guess. Looks like I'm live at least. I've been live for 7 minutes. What the hell? Whoops. Now it makes more sense that you've been talking to me, Raphael. I guess I accidentally hit the button, or maybe it just auto started streaming. I don't know. What's up though? I will have to trim this later. Just waiting for the race to get started here. I didn't realize, y'all should have told me I was just like sitting here, on stream with, maybe I started streaming when I started typing in the chat. I don't know. It's, I guess I have hotkeys set up for streaming. Maybe I hit my hotkey on accident. Who knows? So let's hear this recap. Make sure we got a good quality here. Got a hot take on this last lap. Stay tuned for that.
From Best Buddies, while Primal Young Rider goes to Mike Hernandez, also from Best Buddies. While the orange Colavita Leaders jersey stays with Justin Williams. And keeping the HelloFresh team jersey is Legion of Los Angeles.
Wondering if I shouldn't, all right, I don't know, maybe that would mess it up.
For the second year in a row, USA Crits returns to the gateway of Salt Lake City for race number 3.
So I was trying to decide if I should maybe cut the stream off and then come back so that it would automatically, the replay would cleave off all this stuff at the beginning where I must have hit my hotkey and started streaming early. But I guess not. I'm not sure if that would screw up who is already in here and like y'all's ability to find the stream. I don't know. Anybody know? Also, can you guys see me? Am I actually live? Let's I'm gonna check on my phone here. See what's up. It's gonna be a bummer because this stream is gonna start. I always hate it when people start their like Zwift streams and it's like them just like getting ready for stuff, like moving bottles around and whatever. That always annoys me. So I try to set a time and start mine on the time. Oops, my bad. So looking at the race course here, I kind of hoped this one would be more technical than it is because of the shape. We got some corners there that are greater than 90-degree corners. Cool. Thanks, Taylor. Looks like it has frozen on their end. Yikes. Oh, man. Here we go. Cool. So I am actually live. That's good to know also. So I'll start with my hot takes here. So last lap yesterday, Tyler Williams won it rather than Corey or Justin, which are their sprinters. And people keep saying Saturn sit up, like that Justin and Corey, I guess, in this case, are just sitting up and letting Tyler go. I think what actually happened yesterday, and it's hard to tell because there wasn't like 100% coverage all the way around, but I'm piecing it together, is I believe it was Summerhill from Best Buddies was on the outside of the Legion train, trying to come around on the outside through one of those corners, and then they swung wide on the exit of the corner. So basically, like, the front riders were able to go all the way outside, but the guys who were next to Summerhill, it kind of pushed them over. It basically like made their train get out of sync, like get not lined up correctly. And I think when that happened, they basically Legion just called an audible, and Tyler said that he felt good. He talked about it a little bit and said that it was not a Saturn sit up, quote unquote. He said that in his post race interviews, but I think that's similar to what happened on day 2 of Tulsa. Is Ty just let it out too hard? He split their lead out a little bit, and it is what it is. Other hot take, Tour de France hot take. I think that Wout winning a sprint stage, a time trial stage, and the double Ventoux stage in the same tour in the modern era, as I believe a clean rider, is cooler than Cav breaking the record. Dolomite, I just beat you to it. I thought it was a clean sprint. I think Cav did not have it today. If you go back and watch that sprint, there was more than a Cavendish width against the barriers on like viewers right, Cavendish's left, right up against the barricades. There was plenty of room there for Cav to come around. I'm not sure how they managed to screw it up that bad. Yeah, I figured we were parallel thought, Dolomite. Parallel thought. I'm not sure how Quickstep screwed that up. Like, they didn't have anyone up there, and I mean, it's always super hard. Yeah, Quickstep, it's not like them to screw up like that either. I mean, they're a team that's like built for these like lead out type situations, so I don't know what's going on there. Super weird. And Wout only had one lead out rider. He was just able to do it. I think Wout is stronger than Cav. Cav maybe has a little bit more pop, but that Champs-Élysées sprint is long, it's uphill, it's a drag, and like, so because it's uphill, having a sprint train is only going to help you so much. Like, you got to pedal pretty hard. Yeah, that's not to diminish. This is like the guy yesterday who was like, why is everyone letting Legion do this? Like, no one is letting Legion do this. And same thing with the Koenig's, their debacles in the last couple of days. Like, why are they not riding better? Like, because it is hard. It's the top level of the sport, and everyone is absolutely killing it, Yeah, Wout is a lot younger. I'm going to go ahead and say, I think Wout might be the greatest of all time. Most versatile rider, best all-around rider. Like, I mean, just to win all 3 of those stages in the Tour de France. Yeah. Yeah, I think that tantrum we saw where he was throwing his bike around because the mechanic, I don't know, the headset was loose or something. What do you guys think that was? I think that tantrum was a sign of the pressure getting to him, because he had been very uncharacteristically cool and collected throughout the rest of the tour. Spencer Movinzada from moving to this race. Spencer Movinzada from Butcherbox. He's a guy to watch. He's up there in the young rider competition, I believe. And we're getting a Thomas Gibbons call up. Weird shot here, but Thomas Gibbons is searching for a good result this season, but he's consistently been up there. I think he was like 5th, 6th yesterday. He was definitely in the top 10, and as far as series points go, that's still significant series points. So Spencer from Butcherbox. Butcherbox has been doing a really good job of putting a lot of guys in that top 20. Wout is Vanderpool with more maturity, even if he doesn't win. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm more of a Wout than a Matthew, so I kind of like identify with Wout a little bit more. Dolomite, it is super hot here. A guy who was in the chat earlier said he was out there at the race yesterday. I'm going to see what he said. Raphael said that he was at the race, and it was he said it was 103 degrees out there yesterday. So that's what the big turtle hump in their backs. Almost all of these guys, it's an ice sock. Like you see, if you watch any of my Zwift videos, I've always got an ice sock down my back. That's because I am Zwifting in Alabama. Although, strangely, not very hot in Alabama today. I've had a hell of a day. I got up at 5:30, knocked out some miles, and was back in time to see the last 50K of the Champs-Élysées stage. Took a nap, got my coffee, and I'm ready to roll on this race now. All bikes, all day. Actually, Dalton Collins from Automatic, who is in this race, gave me kudos on my Strava ride a minute ago. So what's up, Dalton? Thank you. Angus, this is something I think about a lot. I don't think gravel racing actually makes for good viewing. I think gravel racing makes for a great experience for mass participation, but I've done a decent amount of gravel racing. Ooh, Raphael, thank you for the update. 98 degrees Fahrenheit in Holiday. So brutal hot. But yeah, I don't think gravel racing, and someone asked me about gravel racing yesterday. I've done a bunch of gravel racing. I've done Southern Cross is my favorite gravel race. Done that one a bunch of times. I've done a lot of those Southeastern, Mississippi Gravel Cup, some of that stuff. But Southern Cross is a race in Dahlonega, Georgia that Lance did on his sort of like apology tour a few years ago. I've been doing it since before Lance did it, but when Lance did it, he brought a bunch of other pros out, ex-pros, ex-dopers, whatever. And that just sort of raised the level. So that's one that like always has, your Christian Vandeveldes, your even like domestic elite guys. A guy from Jelly Belly won it a few years ago. But having been at the front of that race, it's exciting for me. There's a picture of me somewhere going, up the climb with George Hincapie and Christian Vandevelde and a bunch of those dudes. But which is cool for me, but to actually watch it, it's like there's not really much in the way of fireworks. Like it's such a slow grind, and even when people fall off, even when I fall off that lead group, it's not like someone makes a big attack and it's like spectacular tactics and stuff. It's kind of just like it's like watching an Ironman. That's a good point. It's like it just sort of slowly breaks apart. So, and the long nature of it, that's part of why I'm streaming crits, because I think crits are very watchable. I think the short duration means that the gas is on the whole time. There's a technical element with the turning. I do ride gravel on a Canty Boone Dolomite. I've actually also I've gone top 10, I want to say, at whoop, I just clicked a bunch of stuff. You guys let me know, am I still okay? Oh no. I have oh no, I muted my headphones somehow. Nope, that's not it. I have let me know if I just smashed any buttons that like screwed up anything on the stream. Stream is still going. We got these guys down here talking. Hopefully you guys are hearing a little bit of that. Yeah, I think I went top 10 at Southern Cross on a Canty, like a 2008 Canty, not Ritchie, Ridley cross bike with 35C tires, like in the past couple of years. I think crit. Okay, should crit be an Olympic sport? Here's the distinction there is that crit is so American that like maybe not. Crit racing, like the Olympics requires, I won't say requires, but for something to be an Olympic sport, it needs to be pretty international. And thanks, Raphael. Appreciate the heads up. Yeah, I dropped my keyboard and I smashed like every key trying to catch it. So, oops. Crit racing is so American that I think that sort of disqualifies it. Although they do Promesse racing in Belgium, which is basically the same thing, except the laps are longer and the circuits are a little bit more technical, honestly. And kind of all like Netherlands, they do Promesse racing, which is kind of the same. But yeah, it's really regional, so I think it would need to be more popular internationally to really qualify as a to be an Olympic sport.
That's why normally the first lap's never an indication of what's going on. You got to wait for second or third lap, and then you'll get a better idea. And normally 5 to 6 laps.
I don't even know which front flip you're talking about, Chad, because I've flipped over the bars of that thing many times. Did I have a really notable crash on it? Because I've had several. Tell me which specific front flip you're talking about. So I was hopeful that this course was going to be a little bit more technical and maybe not play to Legion's sort of. They're popular in Australia too, so maybe there's a case to be made there. I don't know. I think if crits did go into the Olympics, they would probably have to replace a track cycling discipline because there's already so many cycling events. And yeah, if Derny. So this is my argument on that, though. I actually like that the track racing stays in the Olympics because it keeps track racing alive, basically. And track racing is cool. I like watching it. I would be terrible at it. I know some guys that do it in Atlanta. We have goofy hill climbs in the U.S. too, Justin. Yeah, the camera angles kind of suck. I feel like this is not the marquee event of this weekend, so the cameras are not quite as good. I feel the same way about BMX actually too. That like BMX being in the Olympics continues it as like a viable sport. And we got Evolo going at it again. I forget which one of the Evolo guys. One of the Evolo guys hit me up on the stream from Boise, and I responded to him and told him I expect to see some attacks. Alabama ass whooping. Oh yeah, okay. I was trying to think of what gravel races I've won. Alabama ass whooping, the 60 whatever mile that was. Yeah, I crashed in the first corner and remounted and won. Yeah, that was a good one. I was trying to think what other crashes I've had on that bike. Definitely some in cyclocross for sure. He lost all his momentum, but also he just, the nerves, the heart, everything just went so I'm talking about BMX racing, which BMX racing has been kind of like a factory of talent of people who move over to cyclocross, move over to the road, move over to mountain biking. Yeah, U.S. hill climbs are not quite the same. I did win the Baker's Dozen hill climb challenge this year, which is it's like the Dirty Dozen hill climb in Philadelphia where they do 12 hills, except we do 13 hills in Birmingham, Alabama, and you're scored for your top 10 placing on each of those. Yeah, for sure, Lee. I'm definitely going to. I actually did a time trial last weekend, which I have a separate video about that same time trial a year prior. And time trial, I didn't want to just make the same video twice, but I am going to talk about that time trial in the video about my new bike. My next big one is Birmingham Hammerfest, which is a USA Crits race on the 14th of August. So I'll definitely have some content for that. I might try to sneak one in, maybe Tour of North Georgia next weekend. My teammate Zach is doing that one, so he might coax me into it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do some more races, make some more content. Justin, the prize for the Baker's Dozen is mostly just respect. I think. I feel like we got I think there were some coffee beans. I feel like there was some decidedly southern food at the finish, although I can't remember what we had. I think we had hot chicken at the finish. Yeah, so Lee, stay tuned to the channel. I'm working on editing down a video about my new race bike right now. That basically what keeps happening is I shoot the whole thing, start editing it, and then not happy with it for some reason. Either I want a different shot that I don't have, or I realize there's an aspect of it I want to talk about that I didn't talk about. Whatever. Chad, how was your ride this morning? In the we did I guess basically a fondo that leaves from the shop that sponsors our team. We were smashing at the front though. It was very fast today. I PR'd a bunch of segments. Ooh, all right, we gotta move here. This is what I was hoping to see yesterday, is a move with more than just a Volo. Dolomite, my new race bike is a Cannondale CAD 13 and rim brake aluminum, and my old bike is a 2013 Chinelli Saetta Radical 105. Harder for Legion to control a race when the course is larger and more open. The field being bigger always is going to make it harder for them to control, because that's just more guys behind that can have fresh legs, basically. And I think the more open actually makes it easier for them to control. Those two factors, like the easiest would be a smaller field on a smaller field of riders on a wider road like this. Yeah, Dolomite. I'm trying to get one more life cycle out of the rim brakes, baby. I got rim brake wheels. Sorry, Frankie, I'm in the way. Actually, I talked to Frankie briefly a couple of times this season at Chiha Challenge and at Sunny King. He's always a super nice dude. So I'm sorry I'm in your way, Frankie. On the on the front of like Legion being unstoppable though, I've got some late breaking news that I really had to track this down. Let's see. No. Where is it? So I found the results somewhere from oh man. I had them. I was going to pull them up. The results from Intelligentsia yesterday. Legion did not win at Intelligentsia yesterday. Nice, Dolomite. I don't even have 404s. I've got Chinese ICANN carbon. That's another thing I need to make a YouTube video about, is the Chinese ICANN. Yeah, man. It was oh, nice. You're doing BWR Asheville? That'll be cool. The riding around Asheville is sick. Smaller, tighter course. It depends on how technical it is on top of being tight. Here's the thing. Oh, I did not hear about Meyerson's crash. I know that Legion went 3rd and 4th in that race last night. I'm going to find it again. I know it's got to be in my history here. Let's see. What have I got? Bike rig. Yeah, here we go. Cool. Yeah, results. Let me get down to the pro min here. Min Cat 2. Oh, they got a Cat 2 race there. Damn. Okay, I need to go. If they got a Cat 2 race, I need to go do Dairyland. Love a Cat 2 race. But everyone I know is doing the Pro 1-2. So here's this is the men's Pro 1 from the second day of Intelligentsia. Juan Arango. Don't know who that is unless he's the Colombian guy by that name. Colombian track racer. I don't know if he's been picked up by like an American crit team, or if he's, I don't know. Anybody know more info than just that being a Colombian dude? Brandon Fury used to be on the Astellas team before that became Foundation. I think that became Foundation. Artem Schmidt, though, in third place there. This is Intelligentsia yesterday. If you go back and watch my coverage of Sunny King Crit, Artem rides for Hot Tubes. He's out of somewhere in Georgia. See him around occasionally. I'm mostly aware of him from my young friend William has to race against Artem all the time. They were juniors at the same time. And Artem was super active in Sunny King in the pro race. So good to see him get a result. But then Alec Cowan and Ty Magner, third and fourth. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Gibbons. So I think what Gibbons is doing here is like he recognizes that he's in it for the points. Oh, I got this fancy button set up where I can show my phone. You guys can see what I'm looking at, and then it goes away. I'm constantly up in my game here. Yeah, so something like this actually makes it easier for Legion to control because they are the strongest team and they can just drag race basically. If Legion wasn't actually the strongest team, that would make it harder for them. So who we got in this break? It looks like we've got is that in the front? That might be Summerhill. Summerhill from in the lap leaders jersey, the blue jersey. Danny Summerhill from Legion, not from Legion, from Best Buddies, the opposite of being from Legion. One of the guys from Evolo, and then I didn't catch who the third rider there was. But this is what we're going to need to see. Yesterday it was one rider from Evolo getting up the road at a time, and you just can't you can't get any space. Are you asking me what my preference is on single file or 45 wide? I think my preference is a race that has some of both. If I'm like, my ideal course is a course where there is at least one wider section where you can pedal hard, and at least, I'm going to say 2 or 3 corners that pinch down enough that you have to slow down for them. The crits that I've done well at are like T-shaped. So there's like one long straight, and then corner, like just straight corners for 3 blocks. So it's like one block, big straight, repeat. I think that's because that's more like a cyclocross effort. It's just fast this whole time, technical and recover this whole time. You got to flow through the corners. Joe, it's an easy decision for me because my race wheels are a set of 50 mil clinchers that weigh 1,350 grams, 1,350, something like that. Oh yeah, Justin, you're right. Yeah, they're trying to figure out how to play this. Like, do we want to make it fast enough that we line it up, or do we want to just let everyone ride beside us and then pull the brake back when we need to? So yeah, Joe, if I had a set of super light climbing wheels, I might throw those on occasionally, but even then it would only be races with like a crazy climb. Locally, that would be something like the River Gorge Omnium in Chattanooga that finishes up Raccoon Mountain. It actually has 2 crazy, I don't know if that race is still going to happen post-COVID. I think that may have been the nail in the coffin, but that was a great race. River Gorge Omnium. That climb was so brutal, the Raccoon Mountain climb. The first time I did it, I was a Cat 3 going up. I've been climbing for what feels like an eternity. I'm in like 4th, maybe, so like I'm doing well enough that I have to keep the pressure on. I can't let up any, and I see someone like, there's little ridges to the climb, and I see someone in a chair on the next ridge, and I'm like, that's got to be it. That person is like scoring or something, like the finish is right over that ridge. All in, I go full gas and get up to that person, and it's just a guy in a chair sitting there with a clipboard. There's nothing else around. And I turn to him and I go, "How much farther?" And he goes, "About 10 minutes." That's a bad feeling.
And these 3 riders really working well
Yeah, I agree, Justin. I would love to see somebody else do it. And props to Avolo. They're making it happen. And also Best Buddies putting Summerhill up the road here is a clutch move because Summerhill is not their sprinter. He is in the lap leader competition, so every lap this breakaway goes through the start finish. Summerhill, these other two are going to let Summerhill have those points rather than sprint him for them. So if Summerhill was back in the field and this was Grupo Compacto, he would have to be coming around Legion every time he wanted to pick up those points. So I'm assuming what's going to happen here is this group is going to work together really well because Summerhill, the longer he can stay away, the more points he can hoover up. Avolo, this is their whole strategy, is to just chunk haymakers the whole time, just Hail Marys. Yeah, Corey is pulling right now. That's how you know this is a danger move. So here's what Legion does. I've been watching keenly. They have two guys that rotate on the front, generally, setting pace, especially when there's nothing off the front. And it's normally, I can't think of their names, dude with the mustache, and oftentimes him and Cowan. Just those two. The other 3, 4, 5 guys, 3 or 4 guys stay behind them. When a move gets away and it's dangerous, that's when they bring the third guy into the rotation. So the first guy will pull off and go back into that third slot rather than just switching places. When it gets Sam, yes. When it gets even more dangerous like this, they put the fourth rider, and Corey is basically the last lead out man. If they've got Corey pulling, this is I'm going to borrow a Dave Toll turn of phrase here. This is a grass fire turns into a structure fire. This is where they the guys up there are as strong as the 3 Legion guys that are setting pace. So Legion is having to put 4th and 5th guys in their rotation to make time up. Boardman and Cowan, thank you. Although it's not Cowan today because Cowan is at Intelligentsia. He was 4th at Intelligentsia yesterday. I'm looking down these Intelligentsia results. Hey, somebody said Meyerson had a crash. Is there like controversy around that? What's up with that? I know there was some Olivia Ray controversy. Yeah, exactly, Justin. So normally, if Magner is getting in the rotation, that's how you know the move up the road is threatening and they're really dedicating some work to it. Yeah, 30 seconds. These straight down the road camera shots like shorten the distance visually, but let's see. So they went through it in 1954. They're not going to give us the shot. Give us the shot behind. Have they lost someone from the break? Ooh. So he went over the bars in the sprint like as a result of his own. Okay, it's about 20 seconds. 17 seconds. They just said it. It's like we got an amino rip racer here. Some kind of a problem. I don't know. Amino Rip hasn't done a ton this season. I don't really know much about them, so. Ooh, that sucks, Dolomite. So did someone else crash him out? Did someone cross his wheel or something? I hope everyone I know who's there is okay. Let's see. Who do I know at Eric Hill came in 36th. Zach Gregg. Let's see. Oh, all those Lyft fans will be interested to know. Freddie Ovitt from Legion came in 35th yesterday. Where is? Oh crap. Okay, I'm looking for. Okay, Will Seitz is in there. Good to see. Will is my young friend out of Birmingham. Although he races for Milligan College, but he's been back in town for the summer. So I've talked a little bit about the pit zone and the free lap thing, but this is kind of unique to crits. There's a pit, and if you have a mechanical problem, you can pull into the pit. They'll fix your bike, put you back into the race. That's where you saw guys entering after those neutralized laps after the crashes yesterday. This course looks like an absolute nightmare for me. All right, let's clock the gap here. 21. Okay, on my stream that was at exactly 42 minutes. So I'm gonna look on my counter where I'm looking at you guys and see how many seconds they got here. Who did they lose from this break? There was a third guy up there earlier, someone who I never clocked who it was. But this is what someone is gonna have to do if they want to beat Legion. And I don't know, Legion got beat at Intelligentsia last night. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if that was maybe a messy sprint or something, but yeah, they didn't give me the they didn't show me that shot, so I'm not sure exactly what the gap is, but it does look bigger right now. And also the way the field behind them is kind of swinging out makes me think that people are pulling off the front and nobody wants to come through like that. When the whole snake kind of moves side to side like that, generally what's happening is who's on the front flicks their elbow and is like, you come through, and the guy behind doesn't want to go around. He stays behind, and that just happens all the way back. So Lee, it looks like he only beat my young Lord William by 4 spots last night. So Will, I'm issuing that challenge. Will Seitz, you got to beat Freddie Ovett this week. I think he's probably getting used to. This is something people don't understand. American crit racing is like very much its own thing, and it's fast, it's technical. I don't know if Ovett has raced crits in the UK much, but it's something that takes some getting used to for sure. And just having the power doesn't necessarily get you there. Yeah, that is a Bob Roll ism. Man, I was loving today I was watching the British coverage, I guess, of that final tour stage, and is there a limit of number? Yeah, 6 riders per team, David. I'm pretty sure it's 6. It might be 7, but I want to say that the D1 in the lower races, I don't think they limit it, but for the Division 1 USA Crits, like main event races, I'm pretty sure it's 6. Let's see, who was I talking about? These camera angles kind of suck, but I'm glad I have some coverage to watch rather than Intelligentsia where we got nothing. So I'm just sitting here debating or sitting here, pontificating about a sprint that I haven't seen and wondering, what happened to Legion in that sprint. Yep, Carlton Kirby is pretty good. Bob Roll is just kind of doofy at this point. It's like he's just, I don't know. He's not super engaged in what's really going on. He does gravitate to those fun, like, Snapple facts. Not so much analysis. No, Justin's on Legion. What do you mean? Legion does have like 2 squads, sort of. But yeah, Justin's on Legion.
It plays a little bit differently. Wind also makes a factor on that long downhill.
I hope they'll stay on this shot long enough that I can see the clock up there. 22 laps to go. What I hope is going to happen, though, is right when these guys get brought back, somebody else is going to go for the counter.
Counterclockwise would make it a little bit more. That'd be a quick down.
Yeah, the American coverage is not the best oftentimes. Oh yeah, I was loving Wiggins on the British coverage today. Wiggins looks like he is the front man of like a mid 2000s hardcore band. He looks like he's in Bitter End or something. He's so yoked now. It's crazy. Like he looked like me a couple of years ago, and now he's just like absolutely yoked. Yeah, Whoa, all right, we got somebody bridging. Let's go.
Wow. That's a great shot. Top of the hill coming
Who's going to
down.
try and do it?
Actually, that's on the
Why is
other
there a
side.
moto between the breakaway and the field? Get that moto. What? Why is that moto there? Get out of there.
As they come through, Legion responding, trying to be able to get up there as the rest of the riders.
Oh, is it going to be Legion sending somebody to the break? That would be a first this season. Please give us a camera shot where we can see who that is in no man's land. And please also get that. Why is there so there's a motorcycle at the back. There's a motorcycle at the front. That's normal. There's a motorcycle between the break and the field. Lee, I was loving watching Wiggins today.
So glad Michael Hernandez is in this race and he's feeling okay. Danny Estevez recovering. There's a few other riders.
I was finding his crazy hot takes to be very it was entertaining, at least. Like, he's got some personality, and also I like that he looks like Mike Vallely now, the skateboarder. Vallely. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, Bradley Wiggins looks like he's about to like kick someone's ass. Ooh, we got another Volo rider up here. Uh-oh. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be serious.
Right now, we're gonna get his name here, which will definitely put pressure on Legion to start chasing here. So this is gonna be interesting.
Tyler Seitz.
This is the most pressure that has been on Legion all season. So I'm here for it. Looking at this course, I really didn't think today was going to be the day for that, but maybe, you can only manhandle the pro field constantly for so long. And this is, respect to a Volo, even if this gets brought back, respect to them for just going for it. Vallely. I've actually met him too. I saw his band play one time, and he skated in the parking lot. Was a nice dude, despite that video where he kicks 4 guys' asses. Super nice dude. I skateboard a little bit still. Yeah, it looks like they're not going to let... So that third guy getting up to the break was... Corey. Corey's shutting it down. That's Corey out of the saddle. He keeps looking over his shoulder. Corey looks like he's maybe trying to bridge. So this is a thing that happens a lot. The composition of the break decides how hard other people are going to chase it down, oftentimes. And when there's multiple riders from the same team, he didn't punch anybody. He just played his own songs. He's the front man of a like weird version of Black Flag now. That is not the band that I saw. I saw Mike V and the Rats, I think, or Revolution Mother, one of those. But the version of Black Flag he's in is like might be just Greg Ginn, and then the dude who also played drums in the Descendants. Sorry, I'm going down a punk rock rabbit hole here. You guys want to talk about bike racing, and there's good bike racing to talk about right now. Who's this going across? So you saw Legion ratchet up the intensity there because multiple Volo riders in the same break. For sure, first of all, just the number of riders in the break being higher makes it more dangerous. Like, you have to pull that back sooner. And then multiple riders from the same team being in the break is even more dangerous because those guys are not going to be playing games with each other. They're just going to work together.
John Harris in the red jersey just behind him, and then a couple other Legion riders.
Okay, yeah. So Legion does have 2 teams, but that doesn't affect his eligibility for these D1 races. He still counts toward their D1 team. D1 is completely a concept invented by the USA Crit Series. It's not a thing that has any like UCI or USA Cycling meaning, and whether or not someone is pro or amateur is a like USA Cycling slash UCI designation, which is all very confusing. But basically, USA Crits is a race series. UCI and USA Cycling are governing bodies. So the D1 designation, I wonder, okay, my Valoli. Valoli? All right, Chad, I'm going to take your word for it. You would know.
He almost got there, but didn't quite latch on. So Caleb Marshall about to be able to get reeled back in.
Okay, that was Caleb Marshall from Hangar 18 Bikes. I was wondering, the bridging guy was on Hangar, maybe I might be saying the wrong number, Hangar 15, Hangar 18, but that team, Pat Casey, who is I used to race with him here in Birmingham, ride with him in Birmingham, Alabama. He coaches some of my teammates. I was wondering if that was maybe him, but not Pat Casey. Ooh, I feel for that guy who's just dangling off the back. That sucks. This is wild. It looks like Legion's about to bring it back. Here's what I want to see though. When this comes back, we're Grupo Compacto. All right, here's the moment. This is when a Cliff Bar or a Butcher Box, somebody needs to Valeli. That sounds right, Valeli. I feel like that's how I've heard it said. Going back to the Mike Valeli thing. Valeli. Nah, I don't think so. I think Trolley will finish. I put my money on him being in the 40s every time. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Chad. It was one of Pat Casey's teammates that was trying to bridge up there, but I was wondering if it was maybe Pat. This rider from Primal Audi Denver managed to avoid the insane Ninja Turtle helmet that the rest of those guys have. Whoop. Stream is getting a little wonky. Come on, stream. Stay with us. So that's on USA Crits end. That's not me. I'm looking at what's going out to you guys, and I'm sending 7,000 kilobytes per second up. No problem. Yeah, no, Justin is on Legion, so he counts toward their 6 riders. They don't have an extra. Oh, okay, so this dude used to be on Mike's Bikes. This is his first year with Primal Audi. I don't know about you guys. Trolley kind of gets on my nerves. He's a better racer than me. He's stronger than I am for sure, but I don't know. Not a fan as a dude. His favorite band is 311, so I don't know.
But a little bit of the complaints where they thought were letting him in a little bit too soon. And so guys that were fighting for position all day long, finally getting into the top 15, then a group would come out of the pit.
So we got a counter? Have I missed it? Who's counter? Oh, Automatic is up here. Wonder if looks like we got Davey Dawson from Automatic. It's still fast. You can tell there's little gaps throughout this group. It's not bunched up and slowed down, so I don't know if they're going to go for mid-race points preems or if they're really going to attack or what is the deal. Yeah, that's probably right. He is in the mold of a Durian rider where being annoying is the point. I also hate Durian rider. Justin is actually wearing the Colativa Leaders jersey there. That's interesting. And he's also at the front with... oh, wow. Justin's getting in a break here. We got a race, y'all. We got a race. Yeah, Mike's Bikes is the team that NorCal Cycling dude is on. They don't have anybody at this. I guess it was a little bit far of a race for them, but they've been doing some of the USA Crit stuff. They had guys at Tulsa. He had some good. Yeah, Jeff Linder is also on. Jeff Linder is the guy, and then
That crash didn't affect him too badly right now. Gibbons really, look at him. He's really trying to recover. We talk about being at altitude. You go
Ooh.
red line, very hard to recover. Gibbons from
is that
he was in
Gibbons?
Florida, living in New Jersey.
Gibbons might have a flat. He just put his hand up. You see him put his hand up like that? He's on the left in the orange there.
Number 1 of the USA Crit Series, 700 feet. Boise's at 2,704 feet. Salt Lake City here.
We got a race, y'all. This could go. We get 6 together. We got Legion. We got Butcher Box. We got a Volo. Does Cliff Bar have anybody there? This is the moment. Like this race. The way this is playing out is built for Cliff Bar. This is like exactly what Cliff Bar should be going for. This is their bread and butter. It's a hard race. We're late into it. What are you knowing, Justin? These guys can't get together and get off the front.
Best Buddies Racing being very aggressive as Michael Hernandez continues to ride on the front. Hernandez studying medicine, going to Duke University.
Yeah, I agree, Jomo. Also, props to the dude. He's very strong. He has better numbers than me. Would probably beat me in a race, for sure. I partially say though that he'll probably be in the 40s or 50s to make the point that the level here is so high. I think that people are not grasping that because Legion is able to control it. But I think that, like, okay, look at Trolley is consistently winning the driveway crits, which are like the hardest like weekly local crit series in the nation. Up there for sure in terms of the talent that's there. He's winning those consistently, but he comes to these races and he's, he's finishing in the field for sure, but he's not a big factor. I mean, he was mid-pack at all of the Tulsa races I saw, I think. So I think that highlights, when people are saying, like, I keep coming back to it. Someone said it in my stream last night. Like, why do these guys not want to work? Why are they letting Legion do this? No one is letting Legion do this. It's so hard. Yeah, driveway's not a crit. It's I don't know what you call a race on a motor racing circuit. It's a circuit race. Sure. Regardless, though, like weekly, it's a little different than a crit, but what's up, Pete? Welcome. We got a hell of a race here. Yeah, he's beating Colin Strickland. That's what I'm saying. Like, the level is super high. Is this Alan Schroeder? I think this is Alan Schroeder from CS Velo going up the road. He is he's on the Criterium Nation podcast regularly. If this is actually Schroeder, I think it is though. I think that's Alan Schroeder. He is also a cyclocross racer, elite cyclocross racer. Love to see Schroeder do something. I think that Legion is shook right now, though. For the first time this season, they have lost control of this race. This has devolved from the Legion, get all 6 guys to the front, 2 rotate, 3 or 4 rotate when it gets away. You bring the moves back. Like the playbook is out the window, and we are really racing here. Justin, if it is a mid-race lull, they're handing it back to Legion. I mean, I know that it's not as easy as just ride harder, but they need to, if anyone wants to beat Legion, they're going to have to keep attacking, and it looks like Evolo is going to do it. Oh yeah, heat and altitude are definitely a factor. I know that Justin doesn't race great in the heat. The heat and the hill are why he got popped. Or why he got popped at day 3, Crybaby Hill day of Tulsa Tough.
We have a long straightaway stretch, which has got to be,
Volo getting brought back. I want to see who's chasing here though, because if it's not Legion, you guys are messing up. You got to make Legion do it. Yeah, I didn't even think about the altitude though, but Salt Lake is really high. So wonder if guys that are altitude, from altitude, at altitude, live at altitude are gonna have an advantage. Yeah, Gage Hecht from Evolo, pro cyclocross racer, cyclocross Conti champion, maybe even current Conti champion because that race didn't happen last year. A little bit of a crazy situation happened there where Kerry Werner got crashed out of that race, but still, dude is strong. Dude is one of the strongest. I think that him in this race is going to be a little bit like when Wout and all the cyclocross guys, Wout, MVDP, Tim Merlier, all those guys moved over to the World Tour, and like no one knew who they were at first, and like didn't know to follow those wheels, and then they're like, is he current national champ? I was thinking of the Conti, but yeah, that's it. That seems right. He won it in 19, and then he's still USA champ because that didn't happen last year. This might be an American version, though, of... I don't have any analysis of road nats. I think I was doing another race that day, so I didn't get a chance to do this. And then there was also just like so much coverage of it. There was also the angles were not good, so it was the one thing that you would really want to do a deep dive of and break down is the crash from the last lap. And I've looked at every video available of that thing, and I can't make heads or tails of it. So there's not a clear cut. Oh, maybe we got an elbows rider up here. Maybe this is Trolley. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe he heard me. Maybe he heard me talking shit, and he's gonna take me out here. Hey, again, he's very strong. Also, I would love to see someone take it to Legion, and let's have an interesting race here. So more power to him. That would be a great video from him. Yeah, that crash was like in the Bermuda Triangle.
Almost a rhetorical question.
No, I got it, but nobody would bet against that.
I think that's Tyler Locke with the long hair from Gutenplan out of Florida there. Yeah, I think that's Tyler Locke on the back there. Yeah, that guy's not wide enough to be Charlie. I don't really know other elbows guys though. All right, stream. Stay with me. Stay strong. Stefan Roth.
Yeah, Stefan Roth from Elbows Racing.
Okay, yeah, that is who it is. Legion's putting a guy in the break. This is a sign that Legion is falling apart. I don't think so. I think if Legion wasn't in this, Justin, it would be. But the fact that Legion is sending someone to cover the breakaway means that they don't feel like they have enough strength to just pull it back on their own. So they got to put a man in the breakaway. He's probably going to sit on the back of the breakaway and not pull through, which could be the thing that brings them back. But cool. Glad to hear, Dolomite. I don't know about him, but that's cool. Hey, if anybody else knows, like, you know, personally knows any of these racers, shout them out. Good to see Gutenplan getting in what could be the move of the day here, though. Not Gutenplan himself, but Tyler Locke from the Gutenplan Support Clean Sport Gutenplan Seasucker, that team. Green helmet. Big beard, long flowing hair. He's the guy with long hair who's not Pete Morris. And I think Pete Morris is a little bit off the pace this year. So he did Pete Morris was actually in the 1-2 race before this. Cool.
Roth in the second position, Tyler Locke on the front. Stephen Roth studying sports science, has a master's actually in sports administration.
Looks like they're having trouble getting a good rotation going. In that breakaway, I'm seeing people given the signal there. Yep, second wheel guy is yelling at everybody to rotate. They're not doing it. Is that Spencer? Spencer Mondesva right here. Looks like he's unhappy. So maybe the guys who want to work will attack this break, split it down. They're going to need 4 or 5 guys who are just committed to working. Yep, those 3 guys are done. 4 guys, including the elbows rider. Sorry to say, he's out. Yeah, the Legion rider's not going to pull through here. I'm not sure who that is. Tyler Williams from Legion. All right. So I think the function of Tyler Williams in this group is going to be just to sit on and not pull. And anytime they let him go to the front, he's going to just slow that break up. And this is their way of bringing the move back from the front rather than having to put people on the front of the big group to bring the big group up. This is a real shot. Justin, I think even if this comes back, though, this is anybody's race now. This is wide open. And, there's probably still a 60% chance that Legion does it, and they do what they always do and just, manhandle the field. But I'm going to say there is, Spencer Movanzada. That's how you say his name. He's a great breakaway rider, and ButcherBox is going to be motivated. He's going to be motivated to move up in the young rider competition. Cliff Bar, you got to make Legion do it. I don't know who that is from Cliff Bar. I'm sure he wants to get into this break because he recognizes how dangerous this is. But if you're that Cliff Bar rider, go 3 wheels back, make Legion do it, and when you get there, counterattack. I think Tyler Williams is just going to sit on. I don't think Tyler Williams is going to take a pull this whole time. Looks like Automatic is doing work now. I think if you're Automatic, even though you don't have anybody up here, you just got to make Legion burn more matches. I wonder who that is for Legion for Automatic doing the pulling. I rode with the day that COVID shut everything down was going to be the day of Birmingham Hammerfest last year, which I should probably just say this regularly. I'm Jonathan Crane, Cat 2 road racer out of Birmingham, Alabama, road cross, whatever. So that's why I race with some of these guys sometimes, but I rode with some of the Automatic guys on the day that was going to be Birmingham Hammerfest last year because they had already come to town, and then the race got canceled and everything got shut down. So did a century with some of those guys. So I wonder if it's somebody that I have ridden with. But that was a super fun ride with them. I also have raced with Gibbons here and there. Yeah, I have no idea, Dolomite. This race is anybody's game now. I think there's a 50% chance Legion gets it and a 50% chance something else happens just because. Yeah, I think what's happening is enough people are getting a guy up the road that they're not pulling through. This is beyond Tulsa Tough Day 2. Tulsa Tough Day 2, they just destroyed their own lead out. It is surprising that Avolo doesn't have anyone in there and they're not bridging. Yep, they just said it on the feed that Williams is not working. Tyler Williams in the break is not working. Gage Hecht. Gage Hecht is getting back up there. I think this may be so. I've seen this happen in one of my races, the Cat 2 race at Sunny King 2019. It was a move like this where the breakaway was just lined up and the field lined up behind them, and it was like the reverse of the elastic snapping. People talk about the elastic snapping, but so the field just gets pulled and pulled and pulled, and it comes apart like taffy. It was almost the opposite, like watching that taffy come back together. They touched. It was like the field touched the breakaway. We swapped a few riders. Like a few guys who were in the break said like, we're caught, sat up a little bit and went back into the field. A few guys from the field said, this is my chance, went up to the breakaway, and then it was like it just sort of we just exchanged a couple, and then the breakaway went back. So yep, Grupo Compacto once again. Notice though, Legion is not at the front right now. Like, this is the first time we have seen there's one Legion rider in the top 10 right now. So I think Legion is broken, and they are gonna their game plan has been shattered for the first time this season. They are really good at improvising though. They were talking about this on the Criterium Nation podcast, which highly recommended. Great podcast. But on Criterium Nation, they were talking about how Legion watches all of their footage, like their own footage and the streams of the races together, like a football team, watches the game tape. And it makes a lot of sense because they're really good at knowing what their like primary role is and then immediately changing when the race situation changes. Yeah, I'm fully aware of Lance Hayden. He's cyclocross. I've been following him since he was a junior. I do not think Chris Tolley will get a win. I think Chris Tolley will get a 35th. That's although this is the best chance that he's had, and I would love for him to prove me wrong. It would be great to see him get a win. That would be super fun to watch. But that's my prediction. I think he will be in the 30s. Does anybody have does anyone know if he's still in here for real? It doesn't look like this group has been halved like some of them, like some of these races have. Like a lot of these, 120 racers have started, like 50 have finished on the lead lap, and then 10 finish within, striking distance of the front group. Yeah, I think for all of our sakes, let's hope that Charlie doesn't win, because no one would ever hear the end of it for sure. If he was what's up, Omar? Welcome from Venezuela. Welcome to American Crit Racing. So this race is totally up for grabs right now. This is something we haven't seen all season. Legion does not have their full train at the front. They have been sort of knocked off the pedestal by all of these constant attacks, including what looks to be an Evolo rider. It's hard to tell. They're kind of in shadow on this stretch right here. Yeah, Evolo rider. So Evolo has been going just absolutely ham from the gun, and it's been awesome to watch. But Amino Rip, I was just saying I hadn't seen much from Amino Rip this season. Is that who it is from Amino Rip? Justin Truth, or that's the Evolo rider? See, Legion is covering these moves now. They're sending a guy into the move, and then he will just sit on the back of the move and not pull through. They're doing that because they don't have the strength to line up 6 deep on the front of this field and pull all these moves back themselves. So they're putting a guy in the move, and then the guy in the move just sits on the back. I've said this a minute ago, but Tolley annoys me, but I think that's the point. I think he's trying to troll, so maybe that's successful. He is very strong. Definitely stronger than me. Super strong racer. But yeah, that's my take on Tolley. No, it's not very steep. I think it's like, whoa, leaderboard for a second there. It's about 2% down and 2% up max. And it's got kind of like a fishbowl thing to it. And all these corners are really wide. You can see they're pedaling all the way through these. So this is a NASCAR race, you know. This is like, it's a track race without the banking. You can just pedal the whole time if you want to. Totally. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's doing what he's trying to do. Maybe it's not for me. It is what it is. I mean, like, yeah, like my channel is I'm a local guy with a full-time job who is at the back end of these high-level 1-2 races, or the front end of at the back end of national races and at the front end of local races. So I have like a window into this world, and also one foot in the like regular guy world, so I can kind of relate to both. So that's, whoa, Corey covering a move here. Wow. Okay, you know that it's like things have gotten so real if they have Corey covering moves, because Corey's normally his job is to save all of his energy for the last half of the last lap. If Corey is doing anything, it is completely like an emergency for Legion. So this is the most vulnerable Legion has been all season, for sure, 100%. This race is ruling. I looked at this course and didn't think we were going to get this level from it, but
I love coming back. I love doing Tour of Utah. Hopefully that race comes back. I've been very fortunate to go from the very north of Utah all the way to the very
I will say Charlie's content is good. Like, he's got good videos, and it's cool to see those races from his perspective. So I'm not hating.
Kaylor Marshall once again, 6 laps to go, and they're ringing the bell, which is going to be 5-lap to go point sprint. So points on the line.
You're talking about Corey's beard. You know, I think a beard, depending on how you shave it, might actually be more aero. It's like the trip fabric on the you know, like on the leading edge or whatever. Oh, my girlfriend is calling me. Should I take this call on the stream? Hey, Sarah. No. I'll text her back. Can't look away from this race, though. This is like the craziest USA Crits race. So I thought, looking at the course, that this one was going to be more technical, and I thought that maybe, yeah, exactly, Jomo. I'm going to tell her, can I call you back? Who is that from Hangar 15? Have we got
20th place out of Boise, so that was a good ride by him there.
Who do you think, Justin? Who are you saying doesn't have a plan B? I think they've got a plan B for sure. I think Legion has plan. I think plan B is what we're seeing. Plan B is like, if we lose control of the race, then we just cover every move and sit on, and basically everyone but Justin covers. I don't know. I haven't seen Justin in a minute. I assume he's still in here, and that having him sprint is still plan A, but how they're going to do it is the opposite. It's yeah, I looking at this course, looking at how wide it is, I assumed that this would be tailor-made for Legion strategy, but people Justin Witch Williams is a joke. Corey, Tyler, Justin, someone else. I need more context.
I don't necessarily mean Legion of Los Angeles. It's whatever team it is.
Yeah, Legion has totally lost control of this race, though. But I think that their plan B is still have Justin sprint, cover the moves, have someone sit on the move so that it comes back. Yeah, I agree, Angus, but so I would love, as a fan of the sport, I would love to see some hard fought finishes. But I think that regardless, I think that sorry, I'm like listening in one ear. I'm getting texts. Got a lot going on here. Tuning in.
Because of the heat and the sweat that has been the hard temperatures that are occurring out.
Yeah, I think that
This is going to be really interesting. I think they're coming up.
Legion always look like a group ride with middle age. I think Legion just looks like that because they have everyone else pinned, though. I think the speed of Legion is. Yeah, I agree. I think it's hard to downplay their results, especially like. So I'm like a almost 5 watt per kilo FTP rider, somewhere around there, with good repeatable VO2 max power. I'm a decent cornerer, and these races I am like a level down from this. So the 1-2 race rather than the D1 race, I am pinned, like absolutely pinned for most of the race. These are a level up from that. So you basically have to be 5 watts a kilo, but heavier than me so that you have even more raw wattage and ability to exploit that. I mean, just like the level of these races is so high. Yeah, totally. Legion is done. They're lining it up on the side there, on the right side, but they have lost control of this race for the first time this season. So there's time for them to do that. I don't think that the rest of this season, they've had everyone else outgunned. I don't think they have everyone outgunned right now.
As a reminder, best buddies in the bright green jerseys. Legion of Los Angeles in the dark blue jerseys with little hints of orange splashed in.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying we need handicaps. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to point out that like it's not that no one's trying. Everyone is trying as hard as they can, and the level to which everyone's trying is like these are very, very fast, very hard races. Like physically and skills wise, you have to be on a level that I think most riders can't comprehend how hard it is. 3 to go. Yeah, Legion just had somebody peel off. Hunter Grove is done. They don't have control of this, straight up. Yeah, Year of No Racing really threw everything into disarray. That's part of why I waited so late to race this year. I knew that the first few back would be carnage, and they were throughout the Southeast. Like we've had racing in the Southeast since January, but there's basically a huge crash at each of the early season, the like January, February series we had in Alabama. There's basically a crash at every race, a big pile up. And it's because the guys who were showing up are the guys who were on the trainer that whole time, and they were coming in real strong and with zero skills because we didn't have group rides. So, you know, the recurring group rides are how you sort of keep your pack riding mind sharp, and nobody had that. Really, Dolomite. So are they normally like that, or has that been this year? Is it worse after the year of no racing is my question. Best Buddies is taking it up. They're up here at the front setting pace. I also see I see ButcherBox in the mix here. The stream being choppy is on their end, not on my end. Just saying. worse this year. That makes sense. That's I think that's across the board. Both. I'm trying to buy a house right now, and it sucks. Fingers crossed I close next month, but we will see.
More importantly, they are thinking about who's going to win here in Holiday.
I still see Justin and Corey. Yeah, they've dropped some people. I see Summerhill up there.
And he's back. He's in the race.
All right, Matthew. I think there's probably a 60% chance Legion still takes it, but that's down from a 95% chance at every other race. Yeah, Dolomite, you gotta. Crit racing is different. It's like you basically the washing machine is always on, and if you're not moving forward, you're moving back. So you're just always looking for those opportunities to catch a couple spots. Ooh, Washington D.C. Man, I feel for you, Justin. That's a tough real estate market. I think I'm the yeah. Thanks, Pete. Pete is a better YouTuber than I am. Like and subscribe. I'll be doing more coverage, both of my own races and of the national level crit stuff throughout the season. So if you're watching, enjoying this stuff, like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel for sure. So this is it sounds like they are we got to get away from this camera. Come on, y'all. Please don't fail me now, stream. This is all on their end. This is not me. I'm sorry if anybody's epileptic. I don't have any plans to shill products. No one has hit me up with products to shill. Oh my god. Hold on. Come on, stream. Hold it together. We got to see this finish.
The temperatures have been killing the equipment. The audio boxes are, they're hot to the touch. The cameras are hot to the touch. My computer's hot to the touch. Corey Williams on the front. Now, I think Michael Hernandez was sitting there. So Danny Summerhill.
So the script has been flipped right now. Best Buddies has 4 guys at the front. Legion has 2. Legion is going to try to freelance off Best Buddies. I think Gibbons is up there. Gibbons is like 5th or 6th wheel. We got this is probably maybe Spencer from Butcher Box or Connor Saley from Butcher Box. I think we got Tyler. I think Justin is not up there. I don't think Justin is in contact here. I think this is wide open. This is anybody's game. Yeah, no calls have come in yet from Aura Ring or Whoop or any of those. I see Ted King in those Whoop commercials all the time on YouTube. I did a bunch of racing with him. Oh no, come on stream. Get out of the shot, you dumbasses. Get out of the shot. Justin Williams is there. What?
Coming all the way to the line, it's coming down to the bike throw. Williams coming right through the middle, and it's Justin again.
Wow. Told y'all, 60% chance it's still Legion. Gibbons in second. That's huge for Gibbons.
But Williams looked like he was falling back, got a little bit of a draft, and then came
wow.
to the middle once again to be able to take the win. And that is 1, 2.
CS Velo Sprinter's up there too. This is what I'm saying. Even if you hate the Williams brothers' social media presence, whatever, you can't deny how good they are. They're just good. These races are hard. They are good at them. What else can I say? Yeah. Justin, are you kidding me? That was boring? That? I wholeheartedly disagree with you. I think that that was interesting the whole time, and it was anybody's game up to the end. They still clinched it, but it was it would have been boring if Legion controlled it like they have every other race. I understand. I think I may be the only person who's like neutral on Legion. I'm not completely down the fanboy rabbit hole, but also not completely like, I hate them and they're repulsive to me or whatever. It seems like most people fall into one of those camps. I can understand not loving their social media presence or the bravado. Totally get that. But I also can't deny how good they are. And that was super exciting. I didn't even see Justin on the last lap. I was looking for him. It was hard to tell with him in the orange Colativa jersey who he was versus who were the automatic racing riders, but yeah. Ooh. That was crazy, y'all. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break, watch the women's race. I will not stream that one. I think I'm just gonna watch along on my own. Yeah, I agree, Dolomite. I think there's a touch of that. I think it's a little bit like what you see in basketball to some degree. Yeah, thanks for watching, Lee. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. Thanks everybody for sticking with me. Yeah, that's true. I mean, all the Tolly chat means that his whole thing, it worked, like he's trying to get us to talk about him. We're talking about him. I have not looked at results yet. I don't think they exist anywhere, but I would bet that he was 37 is my final prediction. Yeah, no problem, Dolomite. Appreciate it. Interesting, Greg. I've never met the Williams in person. Although maybe I will at I'm gonna be at Birmingham Hammerfest, which is not the next USA Crits race, but the one after that. So maybe I'll see him there. Maybe I'll say what's up. I'll have my own opinion at that point. But I like Ty Magner a lot. I mean, he's the only one of the Legion guys that I've been around IRL, but solid dude, nice dude. Yeah, no problem, Michael. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna hop off here and go trim back the beginning of this where I didn't realize that I was streaming. Yeah, take a bathroom break, throw away the watery dregs of the bottom of this melted ice in my iced coffee, freshen my beverage up. See you guys later. Thanks everybody for hanging out.